this goes under my my Forbes client and project here. What I can do at the same time is also give this an annotation. The annotation is basically what's going to show up on the timesheet. So if I'm sending this out to another system or I'm kicking this out to an invoice, the annotation is basically going to be the line item that actually shows up. So this is where we're kind of translating the computer speak into actual words. So in this case, let me just give an annotation. I'll say it's preparing something for Kevin. Save this, and now that time entry is moved from my unbilled time down to my timesheet here. I can still expand it and look at the original entry, but then I can, I've got it rounded up, so it uses my rounding setting here, which is set to 6 minutes. So basically took that 3-minute email time, rounded it up to 6, slapped the annotation on it, and now it's here on my timesheet. And then the next step from here is it can go to an invoice, or it could be exported out to one of the other systems that we integrate with ourselves. All right, so we do have some ways we can automate that process. So let me take you through that in another example. Let me go to my email here, and let's say that, let's see, let me go right in here to this email. So let's say anytime I'm emailing with this person, I want to also move it to the same project, but instead of just moving it once, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the second mouse over here, create a rule so that I do this every time. So what I can do then is edit this field so that I can basically say anytime I email with my friend Dr. Mike Woods here, I want it to always move to a certain client and project. So I can do that, or I could say anytime I email with anyone from Mike's company. So anytime you see Mike's domain, what I want to do in this case is always move it to this project. And then I can tell Chrometa I also want to do this for all the past entries. Every time I've emailed anyone from Mike's company in the past, I also want to do that. So I can do a little preview here, which is going to show me some recent examples, times that I've emailed with folks from Mike's company. If I want to go ahead, create the rule, and then also bucket stuff from the past, I would hit categorize and create. What that's then going to do for me is that it's going to bucket that every time it's captured. So instead of seeing it up here in my unbilled time, going forward, it will be automatically dropped onto my timesheet. So that's kind of a nice way to get the system to do a bit of the heavy lifting for you. Let me bounce back to the timeline. I would like to show you another shortcut. So I showed you some of the time entries from this morning, so kind of the play-by-play. When I started at 8:37 and then started moving through to when I sent this email, this is really all the same activity. Preparing this document, sending it off to one of my colleagues. So let me move this all to the same project. So the way that I can do that is I selected all of the entries. The shortcut that I did is I held down the Shift key while I left click, and that selected everything in between. What I can now do is move this to a client and project, give it all the same annotation to say that this was all the same thing. So I'll say this is part of the product review. So I save this, and now on my summary screen underneath the timesheet, I've got this continuous entry here, so still rounded it up. You can see I swept all those consecutive time entries all in here, but for the purpose of the timesheet, all rolls up kind of this higher level activity. And then again, everything from here can be exported out to somewhere else. Let's talk mobile, since this is a popular topic. So I've got some mobile time captured this morning, some text messages sent to and from another one of my colleagues here. So if I want to bill for this time, I can do it in the exact same fashion, move that down to a project. I can also create a rule. It could say anytime I'm corresponding with Tom on my phone, I want it all to go to this specific project. So for Android phones, we have a mobile app that is going to capture the phone calls and the text messages that we send. Also has the ability to tap into Gmail, so we can do that also if we would like. iPhone users, a little different. iPhone's a little more locked down. So what we do in these cases, we go through your carrier. So it is possible to import your phone calls and text messages from your carrier. This is the way that we do it. We basically take a spreadsheet from those websites and bring it in here, and then we can do the same stuff from there. Okay, let's talk about export. So once as we move everything onto our timesheet here, where is this all eventually going? So I showed you the export button. I can export this time across to a system like QuickBooks Online, Cosmolex, Clio, FreshBooks. I can send the whole timesheet over for the entire day or even for the entire week. And how we work is that we map our clients and projects from those systems. So for example, I've got a little import from Cosmolex button here. Same if I'm using FreshBooks, QuickBooks Online, Clio, where I can input my client and project list from those systems. What that then gives me is the client and project list within my drop downs. Here, I can assign the time, kick it back across the wire, and then it looks as if it was a time entry created in one of those systems. So I give you the full list of our current integration partners. Here we've got a bunch of them, so kind of the who's who in the accounting world, from QuickBooks Online, Xero, FreshBooks, practice management world as well, with Clio, Rocket Matter, Tabs 3, Cosmolex, so some popular names there. So if you have questions on looking for a specific integration, let us know. But basically the way you do it is you connect it up here once, where we will connect up with that other account, and then you can use us in tandem with that system to supplement your timekeeping, or you can bring it all over to our side. All right, so I'm at the 10-minute mark, so I will break here. I'm happy to take questions, but let me I'll give you a few seconds to type those in if you have any. Meantime, I'll show you how to get additional help, support, and such. So if you're looking to get set up with Chrometa for the first time, or to add a device to your account, which means we're going to add a time tracker onto an additional device, here is the link for you. I will throw this in the chat window so that you've got it. We have a phone, email, live chat on our website. This is available 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday. It includes holidays as well, so you can still get support if you're working through the holiday season, as many of us will be. We'll be online as well. What else is a follow-up to this webinar? We love to offer you a complimentary training. So this is going into more detail than this session today. So it'll be a one-on-one session. If you're interested in scheduling a one-on-one training session, you can use this link here. And again, no cost to you, kind of as a thank you for joining today. If you'd like to get into things in more detail, you can do that here. Okay, otherwise it looks like I don't have any questions, so thank you for joining. You'll get a copy of this demo with the recording. Again, appreciate you logging on, and if you have any further questions, let us know, let me know. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Thursday and holiday season. Hope to talk to everyone soon.